Some people survive war, chosen ones survive family, fake friends, and spiritual assassination attempts and still manage to smile like nothing happened. Don't let that smile fool you. Behind that calm energy is a walking miracle, a divine enigma, a soul that's been ambushed by darkness, misunderstood by the very people they tried to save, and targeted not for what they did, but for who they are. And now, the world is about to be shocked when they find out what you survived. Here's a fact most people can't handle. Trauma doesn't always show up with scars. Sometimes it shows up as wisdom, silence, intuition, and a glow that makes demons uncomfortable. The truth is, the chosen ones weren't sent here to have an easy life. You were dropped into spiritual war zones with no manual, no backup, and, let's be honest, a few shady loved ones who came straight out of the villain chapter of your origin story, but somehow you outlived every trap. You buried versions of yourself without funerals, and you resurrected in silence while everyone thought you were done. And now, you're not just surviving, you're about to shock people, not with revenge, not with anger, but with how whole you became after everything tried to break you. So buckle up. Number one, you survived the weaponization of your own kindness. You survived something most people never even realize they're going through. You survived the weaponization of your own kindness. You weren't just taken advantage of. You were emotionally manipulated by people who studied your empathy, who observed how far your heart stretched, and then used it as a weapon against you. The very love you gave was turned into a trap. They knew you wouldn't fight back the way they would. They knew you'd forgive, explain, give the benefit of the doubt. So they pushed boundaries, crossed lines, and treated you like an emotional punching bag because your kindness made them feel safe to be cruel. That's what makes what you survived so devastating. It wasn't loud, it wasn't obvious, it was subtle, calculated, and relentless. The betrayal didn't come from enemies, it came from people you went out of your way to help. People who called you when their world was falling apart but disappeared when yours was. People who cried to you, vented to you, leaned on you, then stabbed you in ways only someone close could. And even after all of that, you still questioned if you were the problem. That's how twisted it got. You didn't just survive toxic people. You survived the slow erosion of your own sense of self. Because every time they used your kindness against you, you began to wonder if maybe you were being too much, too soft, too emotional. But you weren't. You were just surrounded by people who saw your light and wanted to dim it for their comfort. And now, the same kindness they mistook for weakness has become your superpower. Because no matter how many times they tried to break it, you're still good, still giving,